Welcome to this series of Eden Talk, where we are reviewing the book Adventist Home. A number of presentations have been put together. Hope you find them beneficial. Stay tuned in and enjoy this presentation.
Greetings. My name is Abel, and today we are going to be talking about one of the biggest institutions ever to exist on this planet. Biggest in what sense? Biggest in the sense that at one point or another, almost everybody gets involved. Almost everybody gets to be part of it. And that is marriage. Marriage is a divine institution ordained by God Himself. But for what? Marriage is for companionship. It is for mutual support. Yes, people in a marriage should support each other. And it is for spiritual growth. There comes a time in life when you feel you really need somebody next to you. Somebody who genuinely desires your good. Somebody who is genuinely interested in your welfare. Somebody with whom you will discuss deep issues of life. Somebody will encourage you in times of adversity. Somebody will give you support, be it support on spiritual matters or on other matters that arise in the ordinary course of life. And marriage provides that somebody. That is how God designed it. Marriage, being a sacred ordinance, should be approached with utmost solemnity, reflecting the unity and harmony of the family in heaven. You know, there are intelligent beings in heaven, yet there is no discord in heaven. And in our marriage ceremonies, prioritizing the glory of God is paramount in all the aspects of the ceremony. It is regrettable that these days our marriage ceremonies have become matters of display. They have become displays of opulence, of extravagance, and of self-indulgence. Thousands upon thousands of rands, dollars, pounds are channeled into events which in most cases take place in a single day. What justification do we have of spending so much money on an event which in most cases comes to pass in a single day? If the couple involved belong to the same religious faith, which ideally would be the case, and if that adhered to proper conduct, then a modest ceremony without extravagance would be appropriate. And God would be happy with your marriage. Matrimonial relations are meant to fulfill a holy purpose, with the husband striving to win the genuine affections of his wife's heart, and the wife endeavoring to refine and improve the husband's character. It is essential that every man learns how to endear himself to the woman he loves, sparing no effort in this regard. And the wife's responsibility lies in the refinement and improvement of the husband's character. A task that would not take place in an instant. But it is our hope that in this process of time, there will be a formation. We should be able to see a clear before and after. Christ's mission was never to abolish marriage, but to restore it to its original sanctity and to elevate it. Were you aware that Christ started his public ministry at a wedding ceremony where friends and relatives had gathered to celebrate and rejoice with that brother and that sister were being joined in a holy matrimony? It was at that Cana wedding that Christ performed his first miracle, turning that water into wine. In doing so, Christ affirmed marriage, acknowledging it as a divine establishment. He ordained that men and women should be joined in holy matrimony to rear families whose members, adorned with glory, would be recognized as members of the heavenly family. For a marriage to be prosperous and harmonious, there are principles that we ought to adhere to. Husbands and wives should emulate the love of Christ and his humility in their relationships, with husband supporting and cherishing their wives, and wives honoring their husbands. Wives are actually instructed to submit to their own husbands as unto the Lord, and husbands to love their wives as Christ loved the church. How did Christ love? When Christ loved, he died for those whom he loved. Not only did he die for them, but he died at the hands of those he loved. Sometimes in marriages, we make sacrifices, and sometimes such sacrifices are not appreciated. And sometimes one of us will mess up. Somebody will mess up in a big way. And when such happens, let us exercise forbearance, patience, and kindness, even when it doesn't feel natural to do so. And when choosing a home, there are a number of factors that we ought to consider. One of my favorite writers suggests that the foremost consideration should be the religious and moral environment, especially when children are involved. Yes, big cities have a lot to offer, but material prosperity, societal trends, and the urban luxuries should not be the deciders when it comes to choosing a home. Council actually advocates for relocating to the countryside, where economic security, healthful living, and spiritual growth stand a greater chance. Not only does laboring on the land provide financial gain, it also cultivates that spirit of hard work. It cultivates the growth of morality. It also cultivates such values as honesty. Let us trust in the guidance and the provision of God when we choose a home. Let us heed to the call to embrace the families. Let us heed to the call to embrace the blessings of rural living. Amen.